Michael, where did it all go horribly wrong here?
Didn't start very well in regards to the way we batted in that first innings. But again, England deserve a lot of credit for the way they bowled, executed really well. I think the ball swung and seamed for the whole game. Plenty of wickets taken in only 3 days. So I would have liked obviously a few more runs in the first innings, and then when we had our chance to bowl, we didn't execute at all. We had perfect bowling conditions, overcast, a little bit of rain around, and we just couldn't hit the areas consistently.
Michael, you were asked afterwards about the issues of the middle order. You mentioned the number 4 batsman. Is that more about your own form or the specific position at number 4?
No, that's 100% at my own form. Like I said, I think it's always going to be hard to beat any opposition when they got 11 and we're only got 10 at the moment. That's how it feels when, with my performances so far, I certainly haven't led from the front like I'd like to do as captain. I've always made that very clear that that's a big part of my role as leader of this team, that I'm scoring plenty of runs and leading by example. So, it's always going to be difficult, like I say, when number 4 is such a critical position. You need to make sure you're scoring a lot more runs than I've been so far.
Great.
Michael, have your struggles with the bat made you think at all about how long you might play on beyond this series?
Not at all.
Dean, please.
Michael, can you just give an Australian perspective on how tough it was out there with the noise from the crowd reverberating around the ground? Obviously you played in front of it before, but it seemed to be pretty tasty.
It's a tough one because I've heard it a few times. I think that's one of the best parts of playing sport at the highest level. I'm sure England would probably cop the same when they come to Australia when we're on top and we're winning a test match. For me it's that's a big part of playing in England. I think it's certainly entertainment, and I think a lot of the players expect it to a certain extent when England are on top. It's a big change from Lords, that's for sure, but I think it's great for the game.
Specifically the singing, obviously the Barmy Army have had their trumpeter, songs. I think specifically the singing, is that something that's really unique, and Indian guys don't really get that when they go to Australia?
Well, our voices probably aren't as good as the English, the Aussie voices. I think it's fantastic. I think it's good. I think it pumps the whole crowd up, gets everybody involved. I think it's great for the game, and that's a big part of home ground advantage as well. You got the crowd behind you.
Michael, after the loss in Cardiff, you said it was a kick up your backside, and you came back and performed in Lords, and now you've lost worse than in Cardiff. How do you try to achieve consistency and get off the mat, especially as a batting unit?
It's another kick up the backside, there's no doubt about it. I think we showed at Lords, how we can play, and I made it very clear after that test match that it was only one test. We have to perform like that if we want to win over here. There's no coincidence. It's been really hard to have success in England. You need to play like that every test match if you want to win, and we need to turn things around and just keep believing. Like I say, it was only a few days ago that we played some wonderful cricket. So we know we got it in us. We just have to turn up and be ready in Nottingham.
Michael, with your form at the moment, are you 100% confident you're still worth your place in the side?
Yes, I am 100% confident. My self-belief is still there, and that's because I continue to work as hard as I have throughout my career. For me to have success, it's always been about my preparation and working hard. That gives me my best chance. At the end of the day, you can only do your best. While I keep doing the preparation I'm doing, I believe I can have success out in the middle.
Michael, with your experience, do you think the best thing for the team is for you to stay at 4, or would going to 5 be a consideration at all?
I'll wait and see what 11 the selectors decide to give me. It's never bothered me. I think statistically it obviously shows that I've performed a lot better at number 5 than number 4, but it's not like I've walked in at 2 for 10 throughout this series. I think our top 3's done a really good job. So the number's irrelevant. It's about what's best for the team. If the team need me to bat at 4, I bat at 4. If the team need me to bat at 5, then I bat at 5. So a lot of that will be dictated by the 11 players the selectors give me.
Rob then John.
Just on your own game, Shane Warne said yesterday that maybe you might benefit just clear your head a bit of time away from it and whatnot. Is that something you'll look at in the next few days, or is it more just more and more time in the nets?
Yeah, it's a tough balance, and I've spoken to Warney about it. A lot of players, I think it helps them to have time away. I think of someone like Ricky Ponting, he used to go and play a week of golf and then walk back out into the field and make 100 without picking up a bat at training. That's never really been me. That was a big reason why I played in Derby. The selectors asked me if I wanted to have that game off in Derby, and I wanted to go to make sure I could do my training and then also have a bat as well. So the next few days it'll be about balance. It'll be about trying to, when I'm not training, get away from the game and clear my head. But then, training's still a big part. Like I say, that's what's given me the success I've had throughout my career. I've stuck to it, to date, and I don't think anything's going to change now.
Michael, I'll move on to an English problem. The absence of a key bowler in an Ashes series can be, decisive. It happened.
Yeah, 2005, yeah.
Do you think it could be the case with England and Anderson in the 2 tests to come?
Well, I think Anderson's record in England in particular, at Nottingham as well, is exceptional. So I think he'll be a big loss to England, there's no doubt about it, like Glenn McGrath was to us in 2005. I think whoever England bring in, though, will do well. They're home conditions as well. They're used to bowling over here in the UK, and we have to play our best. It doesn't matter what 11's on the field. We showed that at Cardiff. If England pick Anderson, or if they don't, if he's unavailable, then as long as we play our best, I'm confident we can beat whatever 11 players we're playing against.
Michael, there's only one team in the history of the Ashes that have won an Ashes series from this position you're in currently. Given the way the series has gone, results in 4 days, 3 days, do you need to win the last 2 tests to take the Ashes home? It won't be a draw.
I'd like to try and win. That goal hasn't changed for me. Obviously, we don't have to win the series to retain the Ashes, but my goal is to certainly try and win. And I think we've seen with 2 good bowling attacks, getting 20 wickets has probably been the easiest part of the series so far. It's making enough runs. It's been the most difficult. So I'm confident if they keep producing certainly wickets like that, I think you'll see 2 results. Someone will win, someone will lose. And if we play like we did at Lords, I'm confident that'll be us that's winning.
Just on the bowling attack, did you feel it all? It's difficult when you don't have much of a first innings score, defend obviously, but did you feel it was a bit of a struggle at times to keep pressure up from both ends?
Like I say, I don't think we executed as well as we did at Lords. Certainly in that first innings. The second innings, well, we didn't have enough runs on the board. First innings, we had beautiful bowling conditions, as good as you're going to get. Overcast, like I say, a bit of rain around, so we had to be better than what we were. So yeah, look, it's a tough one because you see both sides. You see the way we bowled here in Cardiff wasn't good enough. You see the way we bowled at Lords, and that was as good as any attack you'll face in world cricket. So, like I've spoken about in regards to this Australian team, to be the best team in the world, you've got to find a way to be consistent, not only at home, but away. And that's what we have to continue to work on.
Last 2 here, and then
Michael, do you feel like, given the sort of back and forth nature of the series so far and the size of the results, that we can pretty much throw out the word momentum now and say that come Trent Bridge it's square one again?
Yeah, I'll go with that. I like the sound of that.
Michael, how concerned are you with the form of Adam Burgess?
I'm more concerned about my form. Like I say, if you're about number 4 in an international cricket team, you've got to make sure you're leading the way and scoring runs. It's an important position. If I make runs, I know Vogues will follow.
Watch every Ashes moment live.
And this is like the days of Lillian Thompson.
Buy your live pass at cricket.com.au/subscribe.